Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Foundation Week. If you've just barely got here in the middle of the week, I'm doing something called Foundation Week, where every single day for 7 days, I have a new foundation review coming to you guys for 7 days. Did I mention that? For 7 straight days. So today's day 4, so I've done 3 other videos. If you haven't seen those, I definitely recommend you go checking those out. And yeah, I alternate between high-end and drugstore, and today's foundation has been a requested one, something you guys have been wanting me to do for a while, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys because it's also an olive shade that they had. So this is a really cool foundation that has probably the biggest shade range at the drugstore. It's very affordable and they have some olive undertones, which is really exciting. But anyways, so today I'm talking about the Nyx Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. You guys, this comes in 45 shades and it only costs $15.99 on Ulta's website. This is so exciting. And the shade I got was medium olive. It's really exciting that they have more undertones rather than just warm and cool, that they have the olives, the yellows. Like, they really do a good job of marketing what undertone it is, so it's easy for you to find your shade. So today I'm going to be talking about what the company claims about the foundation. What does Nyx say the foundation is supposed to do, and we're going to see if it actually does it. I'm also going to be trying it out with a brush, with a sponge, and we're going to be seeing how it lasts throughout the day. I'm going to bring you in really close to see my skin so you can get the best view possible. I'm also going to be swatching this next to some of my other olive foundations and regular foundations to see how the shade looks, how it compares, the undertone. We're going to see if it oxidizes. We're going to see if it transfers. I have some lines up here. We're going to see if it's good for mature skin by checking how it does with my fine lines up there and my crater lines up there. We're going to be checking against the humidity, the heat, because it's really humid here. And it's hot today. We're gonna be doing a flash test, so I'm gonna try to give you guys a lot of information. I'm gonna try to jam pack today's video so you can get a bunch of information about this foundation. You guys have asked for it. It's here. It's here today. So make sure you give me a like, because you know you've been asking for it. That means it should be exciting, right? So before we get started, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you hit the tiny notification bell next to it so that you're notified of all my videos that will all go into your notification feed, and you won't miss a single video, because if you don't hit that bell, sometimes you'll get a video from me, sometimes YouTube will not send you a video from me. So make sure that you've hit the subscribe button and the tiny bell. So let's just get started. Let's get started with what Nyx claims. If you're trying to shade match with me, I do have a huge list of foundation shades, high-end and drugstore, down below in the description box. Go check it out. If you're trying to kind of compare with me, make sure you check out the description box. Also, I do have normal to dry skin, and I do have some pigmentation, some dark spots, so I need a little bit of coverage. So we'll see how the foundation does. On Ulta's website, let's read and see what it says. So this retails for $14.99, sorry, $14.99. It has 45 shades. Oh my gosh. The shade range is absolutely incredible. Okay, it says it's a lightweight, waterproof, pigmented formula. It's full coverage foundation, hustles as hard as you do. This comfy liquid formula comes in 45 flattering tones that don't transfer. Okay, a lot of claims already. Okay, it is waterproof. It's supposed to feel lightweight but give you the full coverage. It's supposed to feel comfortable. It's supposed to not transfer. Okay, these ever creamy shades glide on smooth, delivering matte coverage and color that stays true for up to 24 hours. So stays true, I'm guessing it means it does not oxidize, okay? And it's supposed to be a matte finish. It's supposed to last for up to 24 hours. This is a little overachiever, also works to control shine and mattify your complexion all day long, but it doesn't stop there. This foundation is non-comedogenic and suitable for normal oily combination and sensitive skin types. Okay, and they even have a thing where you can find your shade and you kind of click the link, and they have a bunch of like different faces of just the shades and who it would match. So hopefully you can find your shade that way. I find that to be very hard, so I just read the description is what I usually do. Okay, so medium olive says it's nude beige with neutral undertones is what it says, but it has olive in there, so I'm guessing it's more olivey. So that's what mine is. So that's a lot of claims. Go do swatches really quickly of this foundation next to some of the other foundation that I own, some of the olive ones, and just different shades, and see how this shade compares, and then we'll go ahead and start applying it to the face. Okay, so this is the NYX foundation right here. Let's see how much it oxidizes. So it does slightly oxidize, but nothing too bad. Like on the face, it didn't really seem like it oxidized. Looks fine on the face. Okay, so this is the NYX in medium olive. This is the Dior foundation, which is an olive foundation. This one's my best shade. This is in 2WO. This here is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation in 3.30. This one is the Smashbox Foundation in Studio Skin in 2.22. This one is the ColourPop No Filter in medium 80. This here is the Maybelline Fit Me in 220. And this one here is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. This one's an M40. This one is kind of, I feel like, between these two. I'm going to start with the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is a primer that I use all the time whenever I'm trying any foundation, particularly the matte foundations. So I don't have any breakouts except for this little guy right here. He's more of like a scab, like a dry, there's a lot of dry patches around it. So we'll see how the matte kind of looks around that dry patch. It doesn't necessarily say this is meant for dry skin, but let's try it and see. And I do have some pigmentations. It says it's supposed to be full coverage, so let's try it out. I'm going to be using the MOrphe Sponge on this side of the face, and I'm going to be using, of course, my Sigma F80 brush on this side of the face. And I will link everything that I use in the video down below, and everything that I'm wearing, like on my eyes and everything, down below in the description box. Okay, those are 2 pumps right there, so it's a pretty good pump size, and it's kind of sliding down, so it's a little bit on the liquidy side, but it looks more moussey to me. So let's go ahead and do the sponge side first. Whoa, it feels, yeah, it feels really thin. I see why they say it's lightweight. It feels thin and like moussey. Like, look at that, just how thin that is. Okay. Yeah, it is super thin and it's already like matte on my skin. Wow, this is odd. I don't think I've ever tried a foundation this thin. Wow. So that's one layer, and it did give me a lot of coverage for how thin the foundation is. You can still kind of see some, so I'm gonna go back in. This is the sponge side. No freaking way. It's like not completely matte. Like, it looks very like natural, but yet matte. It's odd how it looks on the skin, like in a good way. Like, it's just different. But I like it. I don't know if it's giving me that shine because I'm using a sponge, because sometimes that happens. Yeah, I pretty much used all of it on this sponge side already. It's giving me like high medium coverage on this side of the face, because I can still see the darkness here. I can still see like a couple freckles, but it feels really lightweight. Like, I cannot feel it at all. All right, I'm gonna do another pump, and we're gonna do the brush side, and then we'll come back and see if we can build that side. And it has not oxidized on my skin, on my face, which is good. It looks like it's a match, a good match for my skin. I have another dark spot here, but it's pretty much covering that up. It's giving me definitely high, medium, almost full coverage on this side. Should have used like a clean brush. It's like, yeah, let's go in with a cleaner brush. Let me go in with this brush, because this one for sure is clean. See how it does with my lines. I think I'm liking the sponge side better. Even though like I have lines here, it's actually not looking bad. I'm gonna try to go over that with the sponge. And it's actually not clinging to this dry patch right here. I thought for sure it was gonna cling. Wow, I'm really impressed so far. And it's actually doing a good job of covering my scar right there. Usually nothing ever covers that. Probably because it's so matte, it's not accentuating it. I'm super impressed with how the foundation looks. It feels lightweight, it is lightweight. The sponge side dried faster than the brush side, probably because there's more product on the brush side. It's not sinking into my lines or making my forehead look dry, and it didn't accentuate this dry patch right here, which is kind of odd. I mean, it didn't say it was for dry skin, so I thought for sure that it wouldn't work. And sometimes matte foundations look extra dry around like my beard area or like my upper lip, and it doesn't look like that. It literally just sunk into my skin. It looks like my skin, like I put like a matte primer on top of my skin, so it made my skin look kind of matte, sort of natural matte, but like I just have like really even skin right now. I don't even know if I can explain it, you guys. This is actually a really cool formula. I don't think I've tried something like this before. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back and I'll bring you in really close so we can see how the foundation looks after I applied everything. I'm not sure if I'm gonna set it or not. Like my forehead, I don't think I'm gonna set my forehead. Maybe if I do a little bit, I'll use the ColourPop No Filter powder just to make sure it doesn't give me a flashback, and we'll see how the flash test goes. But so far I'm really liking it. It's very interesting how it just kind of sinks in there. Seriously, and it's giving me so much coverage. All right, so I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back. I have all the rest of my makeup on. Let's talk about how the foundation looks now that everything's on, and I will list everything that I put on down below in the description box. Okay, so I did end up kind of setting it a tiny bit with the no filter just on my forehead here, a little bit on my nose, and just along the jawline, just to make sure that that's kind of set down to give it the best chance possible. It says it's not supposed to transfer, and mine usually transfers along the jawline. But oh my gosh, guys, for a matte foundation, this definitely did not sink into my lines at all, and especially my little scabby guy, this looks really good on top of that. So I think if you have dry patches, this won't, unless they're really extreme, this will actually look good on your skin. I love the brush side. I think it looks smoother on the brush side, but the sponge side does look more natural, so that might be a way that you would try this if you want to look as natural as possible. The brush side just looks more airbrushed. It's not, yeah, it's looking really good. It doesn't look dry on my skin. It looks really nice. And sometimes matte foundations can look so dry on me, and they're not my favorite, but this one looks really good. It's matte, but not flat. It looks really nice on the skin, and it looks very perfected and beautiful. So I'm really absolutely excited. And it did set, so like my cheek area, I didn't set it. I just went over with all my regular products and whatnot. And I'm really impressed how this looks on my upper, like around my lip area. Usually matte foundations won't look the best up here, but the big thing is checking it against the humidity and the heat. I know we're starting to get into fall and it's starting to cool down, but it's always good right now when I have the chance to check them and to try them against that. And I think this one is actually gonna do really well because it's so thin. It doesn't feel like a mask that's just gonna melt off the face. So I will be checking in with you guys at the 5-hour mark, and then at the very end of the night, I'll wear it for about 12 hours, if not more. And at the 5-hour check-in, I will talk about the flash test, and I'll show you the flash and all of that kind of fun jazz. But I'm really excited about this one, you guys. I think this one's gonna actually be really cool. You guys, even if, I'm just telling you right now, this one is just worth it to go try it, to pick it up and try it, just because the formula is so interesting. Like, it's so thin and matte and it sinks in. It's just, I've never tried a matte foundation that feels like this one does. It's just really, really interesting to me. So I think it's worth it just to try it, just for that. Just try it, and if it doesn't work for you, just return it. But it's so, like, the formula itself is very interesting. It's very unique. Okay, so I will check in with you guys very, very soon. Okay guys, so it's been over 5 hours. It's been like 7 hours. It's something ridiculous. I've been running around doing errands. I took off my lashes, and I'll probably have them on tonight again because I'm going on a date. But honestly, my foundation looks so bomb. It has not sunk into any pores or to any fine lines. It looks really nice on the skin, like so nice. My little dry guy looks so great. It's lasting through the sweat, through the humidity. It has not transferred. It just looks really good. You guys, this is like the magic foundation. I'm not even kidding. We'll talk about it more later today, but you can see like my whole face looks really, really beautiful and smooth. The color looks good. Also, you guys, for the flash test, it did give me a flashback, so just be aware of that. If you're trying to use it for flash, it will give you a little bit of a flashback. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys at the very end of the night. Okay, so it's the end of the night. I've been wearing the foundation for like 13 and a half hours or something like that, maybe 14 hours. Let's just see how the foundation looks, and then I'll tell you my final thoughts. So I'm very, very impressed that the foundation has not sunk into any of my lines on my forehead. My dry patch little guy there looks really, really, really good. Like I can barely see him at all. Like I don't even notice that he's there, and then he's dry. I also think that it did a good job of kind of making my face look flawless, making my face look like I don't have pores, fine lines, but still in a way where my skin looks like skin. It doesn't look like I have a full coverage foundation on, but yet it's covering everything, and it hasn't really transferred. It's done a really good job. If I'm like the kids are rubbing in my face, of course it's gonna come off, of course, but it hasn't transferred on its own throughout the day. It's looked really, really amazing all day long, and I still see a lot of coverage. Like I would still continue to wear the foundation even longer. So final thoughts. I do think it's very long wearing. I think it has a beautiful finish. If you have dry skin, you can definitely wear this. I do like this primer underneath it if you have dry skin. It was humid, and I do think that if you have oily skin, it will control your oils. I think it is humidity resistant. I think it does a really good job. It looks a little bit, not glowy, but my skin looks healthy. I don't look oily or anything like that, which tends to happen with humidity. And I did a lot. I was outside a lot. I was running around a lot with the kids, doing errands. I put them in the shower, and it got really humid in there, you know, because it was a warm shower and whatnot. I did get splashed on a couple times, and my foundation has just, it seriously works like a champ. It looks so good. Also, it has not sunk into my forehead lines, and it looks like skin up there. It literally doesn't look like I have a foundation on. Like the formula is so thin that you just get that coverage, and it sinks into your skin and kind of meshes with your skin. I can't even explain it, you guys. Not a lot of foundation. I don't think I've ever felt a foundation like this one. I'm serious, you guys. And this is a drugstore foundation. I think out of all the foundations I have tried so far, this one looks the absolute best on my skin. I'm not even kidding. Like, it looks like skin, it looks nice, it gives you that matte but not flat look, and it looks even beautiful, more beautiful throughout the day as I wear it with that humidity and whatnot. Like, it looks even nicer. It looks even more beautiful, and I really do like the shade. I think this is an absolutely beautiful shade, and I didn't notice it oxidizing on my base at all. I know in the swatch it kind of looked a little bit like that, but it's nothing noticeable. Like, it looks beautiful. So I'm absolutely impressed with this. I think it didn't transfer. I think that it is humidity resistant. It is waterproof. Like, I did get splashed, and it didn't like run down my face or anything like that. I do think that it does have a matte finish, and it maintains that. It doesn't get dewy or oily or anything like that throughout the day. It maintains that in a healthy looking way, like your skin looks healthy. It doesn't sink into pores, into fine lines. If you have mature skin, I would try this one out. This one is a really good one. I didn't even set my whole face, just a little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the nose, and underneath the eyes. I didn't set my cheeks, my chin, anything like that, and it still looks really good. I think in the winter time, I probably won't set it at all. But all in all, I really like this foundation. And I know I've said before, for one of the foundations, a 10 out of 10. This one is really like 11 out of 10. Like, it's a really good one. And I even like it even more because it's so affordable, because it has like 42 or 45 shades, because there's all these undertones. It has an olive tone to it, so it looks more skin-like. It doesn't look fake. I really like it, you guys. I definitely think that if you are looking for a new foundation, this is a good one to try. It has a pump. It's just, I'm really enjoying this one. So that's it for today's video. I am gonna have another foundation video tomorrow, a high-end one that I've actually been wanting to try forever. Like, I've been dreaming about this one because it's a little bit pricier, but I've been wanting to try it forever. Anyways, so that's coming tomorrow, so make sure that you come back tomorrow and that you've subscribed. If you've tried this foundation, comment below and let me know what you think about the foundation. Did it work for you the same way it worked for me? Let me know, comment below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you guys have been enjoying foundation week. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you got all your questions answered in this video. If you didn't, feel free to comment below. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.